Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. I went and saw They Will Kill You last night, starring Zazie Beetz, Beetz. I'm not exactly sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but we're going to talk about that a little bit this morning on a short little Coffee with Alain. Hope everybody's week has been going well, getting ready for the weekend. Now, the movie They Will Kill You, it's listed as a horror/comedy, and that's why I went to it, because I'm not big on some of the horror movies out there, especially at the theater, but this one looked like more action and comedy, so I wanted to go check it out. Zazie, I remembered her from smaller roles in Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train, and I wanted to go see her kicking some ass. And in that aspect, I was not disappointed. She kicks ass all the way through the movie. So it's fun to watch her doing that. The rest of the movie is sort of, not that great of a movie. Again, if you want to see her go kick ass all over the place, it's not bad, but there's not a lot more to it. In a nutshell, she's separated from her sister and she regrets it. And after time in prison, learning how to fight, she goes to rescue her sister from this hotel that is run by devil worshippers. Yeah, that's sort of the story. And there's just a lot in it that's sort of dumb. And like you have to suspend belief dramatically, obviously. But even with the people that aren't possessed by demons and devil, you wonder about, and there's just inconsistencies in it and so forth. So as far as the story and a great film, no. As far as a lot of blood, a lot of gore, a lot of fighting, yes. So if that's your thing, and last night, that's all, I just went and wanted to, had a long day, just wanted to sort of escapism. And it wasn't bad watching her kick ass with lots of gore and lots of blood and, a silly sort of dumb story. So that's what the movie was. So if you like that kind of thing, if you just like lots of gore and fighting and slashing and killing and blood and guts, and then it's your kind of film. If you want a story, a deep story, an interesting, and logical type of story, it's not. If you don't like tons and tons of blood and gore, don't go to it because there's a lot. So that's my take on They Will Kill You. It was an entertaining, fun little, just if you like watching the action, fighting, and gore. That's all it is. Sort of a blood fest fight. Not much else. And I do like Zazie. I mean, so she's cool to watch kicking ass. Dixon's here, and Dixon said, a so-so action flick then. Yes, a so-so. Definitely, with tons of blood and guts and gore. Over the top blood and guts and gore. Way over the top. I mean, there was an interesting scene where the eyeball is still alive and the eyeball follows her around until she squishes it. Yeah, it's that, and that's minor gore compared to the rest of the film. So that's what it is. It was something to go do last night. The movie theater is only a couple blocks from my house and I have a pass, so it doesn't cost me any extra to go see. Would I want to go spend a bunch of money on this movie? No, you could definitely wait and watch it on streaming if it's that kind of film too. That's my take on They Will Kill You. It wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it was entertaining to watch her kick ass. And again, if it wasn't her kicking ass, then maybe it wouldn't even have been as good. But it was just, Dixon's right. It was so-so. I appreciate everybody. I am going to jump off here and get busy and get some stuff done. Rocky has a friend coming over today that we're going to be watching for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to have a couple dogs in the house, and they like to get a little bit active, and fight and wrestle. And Pepsi's twice the size of Rocky, and so we got to do some dog proofing and make sure the house is okay so they don't wreck the house or the yard. They like to dig holes, so I'll be dealing with that for a couple of weeks. But Pepsi's a great little guy too, a big guy. Like I said, he's twice the size of Rocky. He's about 80 to 90 pounds of him, but he's a good dog. And so we're going to get the house ready for him to come over tonight for a couple of weeks. Rocky will be excited to have a buddy. I got my No Bad Days cup here this morning. So go out and remember, no bad days. They are what you make them. So make it a fantastic Friday. Going to say good morning to Chris, who just showed up. And Chris said, good morning, sir. Many blessings to you and your family. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. And right back to you and yours. Everybody, make it a fantastic Friday. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about a couple books. And until then, take care. Stay safe.